Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Campaigning for remaining 6 phases of Lok Sabha polls picks up momentum. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assures that the NDA will give corruption-free strong government to the country. Congress President Rahul Gandhi says NYAY scheme will alleviate poverty. Withdrawal of candidature for the 4th phase of Lok Sabha polls ends this evening. Supreme Court directs political parties to furnish details of electoral bonds and donors' identity by 30th of next month. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu says systematic reforms in the banking sector is essential to ensure inclusive growth. In Pakistan, at least 16 killed and 30 injured in a bomb blast in Baluchistan's provincial capital Quetta. And in badminton, Sindhu enters the semi-finals of Singapore Open. Saina Nehwal crashes out in the quarterfinals. After the completion of the first phase of general elections, campaigning for the remaining 6 phases has gained momentum. Senior leaders of various political parties are addressing rallies across the country in their bid to woo the voters. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi held an election rally in Ahmednagar in Maharashtra today. Addressing the rally, he said the present government has been able to instill fear in minds of perpetrators of terror.
इस चौकीदार ने आतंक के सरपरस्तों में ये डर बिठाया है कि उनकी एक भी गलती उन्हें भारी पड़ जाएगी। ये चौकीदार उन्हें सजा देगा।
Mr. Modi assured that NDA will give a corruption-free, strong government to the nation. He spoke elaborately about various developmental schemes implemented by the NDA government in various sectors like agriculture, industry and the service sector. Mr. Modi said that Krishi Samman Yojana will be made more beneficial for farmers and priority will be given to solve the water crisis. The Prime Minister will also address rallies at Gangavati in Karnataka and Kozhikode in Kerala today. Congress President Rahul Gandhi has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ruled the nation to further the interests of about 15 corporate entities. Addressing a political rally at Krishnagiri in Tamil Nadu today, he said the demonetization move by Mr. Modi has severely affected the common man. He said the GST regime that was brought in a hasty manner has affected the livelihood of thousands of people as many small-scale industries were affected. He said many manufacturing bases like the knitwear city of Tirupur and silk capital Kanchipuram were shut down. Mr. Gandhi said the NYAY scheme will alleviate poverty by supporting the poor financially.
If the Indian government chooses to put money into 20% of the poorest people's bank accounts, how much money can they put every year? And I told them, don't give me some big theory. Don't give me a book. I just want one number. But I want a real number, a true number. And I want that number to be such that the Indian economy is not destroyed because we give this money to our people.
BJP National President Amit Shah addressed a rally at Keonjhar in Odisha as part of his poll campaign. He will later hold a public rally in Rajnandgaon in Chhattisgarh. Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav held a public meeting at Pilibhit today. Congress leader Jyotiraditya Scindia is slated to hold a roadshow at Hathras, while NCP Chief Sharad Pawar will address a rally in Sangli in Maharashtra. In Uttar Pradesh, Union Minister and BJP leader JP Nadda will address a meeting of party workers at Prayagraj today. The party's other leaders, including Keshav Prasad Maurya and Dr. Dinesh Sharma, will address public rallies and meetings at Amroha, Bulandshahr, Agra, Dumariaganj and Chandauli. Today is the last date for withdrawal of candidature for the 4th phase of Lok Sabha polls. 71 constituencies spread over 9 states will go to polls in this phase on the 29th of April. Voting for 17 parliamentary seats in Maharashtra, 13 each in Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, 8 in West Bengal, 6 each in Odisha and Madhya Pradesh, 5 in Bihar and 3 in Jharkhand will be held in this phase. Meanwhile, filing of nominations is underway for the 5th phase. The last date for filing nominations for this phase is the 18th of April. Voting will be held on the 6th of May. BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi today moved the Supreme Court seeking contempt action against Congress President Rahul Gandhi for attributing his remarks on the recent Rafale verdict to the apex court. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said it will hear the plea on Monday. Lekhi in her plea said Rahul Gandhi had attributed his personal remarks to the top court and tried to create prejudice. The Congress today alleged that BJP is politicizing the issue of national security. Congress spokesperson Priyanka Chaturvedi alleged that the Balakot air strikes conducted by the Indian Air Force have been politicized, which she termed as an insult to the armed forces. She said over 150 armed forces veterans, including 3 former army chiefs, 4 former Navy chiefs and a former Air Force chief, have written to the President and Commander-in-Chief, Ramnath Kovind, to complain about the manner in which politicians are taking credit for military operations like cross-border strikes.
News Services Division of All India Radio is broadcasting a special live program, Janadesh 2019, on the developments related to the General Elections 2019.
Tune in to the FM Gold channel of AIR from 4:05 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. every day till the announcement of results to listen to this special program.
The Supreme Court has directed all political parties to furnish receipts of electoral bonds and details of identity of donors in a sealed cover to the Election Commission. In an interim order, the Apex Court directed all political parties to provide details of the amount and bank accounts of donors by the 30th of May to the poll panel. The bench, headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi, passed the order on a plea of an NGO which challenged the validity of the scheme and sought that either the issuance of electoral bonds be stayed or names of donors be made public to ensure transparency in the poll process. The centre had notified the Electoral Bond Scheme 2018 in January last year. Only political parties registered under Section 29A of the Representation of the People Act 1951 and which secured not less than 1% of votes polled in the last general election to the Lok Sabha or Legislative Assembly of the state shall be eligible to receive electoral bonds. The Apex Court has agreed to hear on Monday a plea challenging the Election Commission's ban on the release of the biopic on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The court today said that it will hear the plea filed by the producers of the biopic. The poll panel had on Wednesday banned the screening of the biopic during poll period, saying any such film that subserves the purpose of any political entity or any individual entity connected to it, which has potential to disturb the level playing field during elections, should not be displayed on the electronic media. The Apex Court had on Tuesday disposed of the petition seeking stay on the release of the biopic as it was not certified by the censor board. The court said the poll body was the right forum to decide the issue. However, on Tuesday evening the censor board certified the biopic and the Congress activist the next day secured a ban on its release from the Election Commission. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
अब धोखा नहीं खाएंगे, कांग्रेस सरकार लाएंगे।
सरकार वैसी आए जो सबको देने जाए। न्याय हो, उन्नति हो, न्याय हो, प्रगति हो, न्याय। किसान पाए, हर नौजवान पाए, रोजगार लाए, मिटा दे नफरत, न्याय, प्यार लाए। अन्याय मिटाने के लिए उठा मैं एक तूफान हूँ। मैं ही तो हिंदुस्तान हूँ, अब होगा न्याय। मैं ही तो हिंदुस्तान हूँ, अब होगा न्याय।
Vice President Venkaiah Naidu today said systematic reforms in the banking sector is essential to ensure inclusive growth. Addressing the 125th Foundation Day function of Punjab National Bank in New Delhi, Mr. Naidu said banks have transcended their conventional mandates and are now at the forefront of India's development story.
India's financial institutions have been commended globally for being resilient and for having withstood global downturns and recession as well. Banks are no longer just about strong lockers and a good interest rate on deposits. They have transcended their conventional mandates and are now at the forefront of India's developmental story.
The Vice President said the rising non-performing assets (NPAs) in the banking system is a cause for concern as they would affect the bank's capacity to lend. Mr. Naidu said the accumulation of bad loans happened over a long period of time and now threatens to hamper economic growth by weakening credit supply. He said banks must constantly strengthen their internal processes to monitor funds and maintain strict discipline in lending. The Vice President said that financial inclusion is at the heart of transformation. Prasar Bharati Chairman A. Surya Prakash released a booklet of the selected speeches of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar in the Constituent Assembly in New Delhi today. The event was organized to commemorate the contributions of Baba Saheb in the upliftment of the underprivileged in the country. The Prasar Bharati chairman said that Baba Saheb's contribution towards social justice and national unity is truly phenomenal.
There is no nation which is as diverse as ours. And what Dr. Ambedkar has done is he's given us a constitution that understands that diversity and that ensures unity in that diversity.
The Central Pollution Control Board (CPCB) has ordered the Haryana State Pollution Control Board to identify and immediately shut industrial units in Yamunanagar, Panipat and Kundli in Sonipat district, which are polluting the Yamuna River and not complying with the norms prescribed under the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. The order came after a report of the Yamuna Pollution Monitoring Committee was submitted to the CPCB. The report says that untreated industrial waste is polluting the Yamuna in Yamunanagar, Panipat and Sonipat districts. In Pakistan, at least 16 people have been killed and 30 injured in a bomb blast in Quetta, the provincial capital of Baluchistan. The police said the blast was caused by an improvised explosive device that had been hidden among the vegetables in the market. The security forces fear the death toll may rise. Local media reported that at least 8 of those killed in the explosion belong to the Hazara community. No group has yet claimed responsibility for the attack. In Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistani troops today violated ceasefire yet again by resorting to indiscriminate and unprovoked firing on Indian forward posts in Poonch district along the line of control. According to defense spokesperson, at around 8:30 a.m., Pakistani troops started shelling Indian forward posts in Saujia sector of Poonch by firing mortars and small arms. However, alert Indian troops gave a befitting reply to Pakistani troops. The exchange of fire between Indian and Pakistani troops was continuing when reports last came in. There is no report of loss of life on the Indian side of the border. Olympic silver medalist and world number 6 PV Sindhu has stormed into the semi-final of Singapore Open women's singles badminton tournament, defeating China's Cai Yan 21-13, 17-21, 21-14. In another quarter-final match, 6th seed Saina Nehwal lost to 2nd seed Nozomi Okuhara of Japan. Sindhu will now face Okuhara for a spot in the final. In men's singles quarterfinals, Cho Tien-Chen of Taiwan defeated Indian shuttler Samir Verma 21-10, 15-21, 21-15. In another match, Kidambi Srikanth is slated to take on Japan's Kento Momota. In IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders will take on Delhi Capitals in Kolkata today. The match will start at 8 in the evening. Chennai Super Kings registered a thrilling last-ball 4-wicket victory over Rajasthan Royals in Jaipur last night. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Campaigning for remaining 6 phases of Lok Sabha polls picks up momentum. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assures that the NDA will give corruption-free strong government to the country. Congress President Rahul Gandhi says NYAY scheme will alleviate poverty. Withdrawal of candidature for the 4th phase of Lok Sabha polls ends this evening. Supreme Court directs political parties to furnish details of electoral bonds and donors' identity by 30th of next month. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu says systematic reforms in the banking sector is essential to ensure inclusive growth. In Pakistan, at least 16 killed and 30 injured in a bomb blast in Baluchistan's provincial capital Quetta. And in badminton, PV Sindhu enters the semi-finals of Singapore Open. Saina Nehwal crashes out in the quarter-finals. And with that, we end the midday news.